Okay, good morning to everyone. So in today's class, we are going to discuss about a new constraint, that is electrostatic instruments. So electrostatic instruments falls under the classification of analog instruments, which is a second classification, that is secondary instruments. Secondary instruments. Actual instruments, as far as the classification of measuring devices, is classified into two types: absolute instruments and secondary instruments. And secondary instruments is again classified into various types: indicating type instruments, integrating type instruments, and recording type instruments. Now we are discussing about indicating type instruments, that too at analog devices. So we discussed about the classification of PMMC instruments. We derived the torque equation, we analyzed the classification, and we solved the numerical calculations regarding to the torque expression. We discussed the classification of MI instruments. We discussed about the classification, and we analyzed the torque equation with numerical problems in previous classes. So in today's class, we are going to see electrostatic instruments. We will discuss about the definition of electrostatic instrument. Today we will discuss about the principle of operation of electrostatic instrument. We will see the construction of electrostatic instruments. Okay, and we will derive the torque expression, and we will see the theory, that is advantages and disadvantages. In forthcoming classes, we will solve some problems, and why we will wind this up. Okay, so in today's class, we will discuss about the definition, principle of operation, classification, torque equation, and all. If time permits, we will solve some problems. Okay, so definition of electrostatic instruments. Definition of electrostatic instrument. So electrostatic instrument mostly it works on the principle of attraction, or with respect to the principle of repulsion. So how can we are saying that it is working on the principle of attraction or with respect to the principle of repulsion? Means these electrostatic instruments mostly work on the principle of attraction and principle of repulsion. Mostly they are used with respect to the voltmeters. Okay, for measuring of voltmeters, not ammeters. So electrostatic instruments main purpose is to measure the voltage at a higher rating. Very higher rating of voltage parameters are measured with respect to the electrostatic instruments. So here at this instant, what is actually happening means, so electrostatic instruments measure the voltage drop across the impedance, and as well as the known current flowing in the voltage drop, which is directly flowing in the line, that means the electrostatic instruments use both AC and as well as DC currents, but the main advantage is here it is error free. Okay, we don't get any sort of errors. Previously we used to get errors with respect to the electrostatic instruments. What are the actual errors present in the previous instruments means, we have seen errors with the PMM's instrument, and we have seen errors with the MI instruments, errors due to hysteresis, errors due to temperature. Okay, and errors due to magnetic loss and all. Okay, errors due to coil friction and all. But here we don't get any type of errors. Why we don't get any type of errors means, because of the rugged construction, the strong construction of the electrostatic instruments make quite error free. We can't say it is an accurate instrument to measure high amount of voltage, but when compared to PMM's instruments and MI instruments, this is quite error free. That's what we are going to see. So here, what is the main principle? The working means it's work on the principle of a static electrical field. That means how the deflection torque is created. The instant of deflection torque is created. See here in the second point, in the instant or the chance of deflection torque is created with the help of an static electric field. Okay, we are using the phenomenon of static electric field. In PMMC instrument, we used a strong magnetic flux created by the permanent magnets. In the MI instruments, we used electromagnets to create the magnetic flux. In this PMM's instrument, in MI instruments, in order to create the deflection torque, we used a magnetic field. Okay, in PMM's instrument, the magnetic field is created by permanent magnets. In MI instrument, the magnetic field is created by the permanent magnets. Our main aim is to create certain deflection torque. Okay, so that deflection torque is achieved with the help of magnetic field in those instruments. But here in electrostatic instruments, the deflection torque is achieved with the help of electrostatic the deflection torque is achieved with the help of static electric field. The static electric field helps us to create the deflection torque. Okay, so another most important thing is electrostatic voltmeters mostly is used for measuring of high level impedance voltages from the basic low level impedance voltages. Most of the applications are limited with respect to the high level impedance voltages, but is also used for low level impedance voltage. And mostly electrostatic instruments are preferred for measuring voltage at higher magnitudes. Voltage at higher magnitudes, that means here it works, it depends upon the principle of attraction, and it will depends upon the principle of repulsion with respect to the electrical charge of an instrument. Okay, here the deflection torque is created with the help of an static electric field. So that is about the definition. So if we see the working principle, so how this electrostatic instrument works, we already discussed in the definition. The deflection torque is created with the help of a static electric field. So how that static electric field is used in order to create the deflection torque, so that is what we are going to see here. So here with the when we discuss about the principle of operation, we have to discuss about the behavior of mechanical interaction. So what is the mechanical interaction? We have to discuss. Electrostatic instruments work on the principle of mechanical interaction between the electrodes, which is having of opposite charge. That means, if, let us assume there are two electrodes in between let us see. So this is one electrode and this is one electrode in bit. Let us assume this is one electrode and this is, let us assume this is one electrode and this is one electrode. In between that electrodes, there used to be an force of attraction and force of repulsion, and with the help of that force of attraction and repulsion, okay, and with the behavior of the strong electrostatic field, there used to be a chance of attraction and chance of repulsion. That means here in the electrostatic instrument, what we are doing means we are creating an attraction force with the repulsion force with the help of an static electric field. There are two types of classifications we can see. If we see the two types of classifications, the first classification will discuss about the charge stored in between two plates. The charge is stored between the two plates, and the electrostatic instruments, one charge is of positive and another charge is of negative. So there used to be two opposite polarities. In between two opposite polarities, if we charge those two opposite polarities, there used to be a force of attraction occurs in between those two opposite polarities. We are using that force of attraction. Between the parallel plates, and with the help of electrostatic field, we are using that instrument. So, and second thing is repulsion type rotary plate classification. So if we go to the in detail classification, so this is a linear type electrostatic instrument, which is our first classification. Linear type electrostatic instrument, which is our first classification. So this is nothing but a fixed plate. This is a fixed plate which is having one polarity. See, the fixed plate is charged with a positive polarity and the moving plate is charged with a negative polarity. So this is a fixed plate and this is a moving plate. So this is a linear type electrostatic instrument where the plate A, so this is the plate A which is charged with an positively charged ions, and the plate B is charged with a negatively charged ions. Okay, so this positively charged ions is nothing but fixed plate, and the negatively charged ion is nothing but moving plate. That's why we have connected the spring here. So this is about the construction. So if we apply a voltage, this is about the construction. I hope you are clear with the construction part. If you have any queries with the construction part, just let me know. So simple, the construction is simple. Here we have two parallel plates. One parallel plate is positively charged and another parallel plate is negatively charged. Plate A is the fixed plate and plate B is nothing but moving plates. That's why we connected the spring control here. So if we apply the voltage with respect to the plate A and plate B, what will happen means the force of attraction will start induces in between them. Force of attraction is started induced in between them. What will happen? The fixed plate is charged and moving plate is charged. That means the plate A And the plate A is fixed and it creates a charge, and it will create a force. The plate A will create a force that is a maximum force. Okay, and what will happen, the plate B will tends to move towards plate A. That means what will happen, this plate A and plate B combined together will behave like a capacitor. Okay, capacitor, what does capacitor do? Capacitor will store the energy. Okay, so whenever these two plates are stored, then not the sorry whenever these two plates are charged, what will happen, these two plates are charged, one is positively charged and another one is negatively charged. Plate A, fixed plate A will create a strong attractive force. Fixed plate A will create a strong attractive force and it will move the plate B towards fixed plate A. Plate A will move the plate B towards it. What will happen at that instant, this entire electrostatic instrument will behave like a capacitor, and certain amount of energy will store in between that capacitor, and that is nothing but our static electric field. Okay, the energy stored in this particular capacitor is nothing but our static electric field. So with the help of that static electric field, we will connect a needle next to the moving plate. Okay, next to the moving plate, and whenever the moving plates rotating, whenever the moving plate attract towards the plate A, whenever the moving plate attract towards the plate A, the needle will start deflecting. So ఏం జరుగుతుందంటే ఎలక్ట్రోస్టాటిక్ టైప్ ఇన్స్ట్రుమెంట్ లో అంటే ప్లేట్ ఏ వచ్చేసి ఫిక్స్డ్ ప్లేట్ అండి, ప్లేట్ బి వచ్చేసి మూవింగ్ ప్లేట్ అండి. సో సప్లై వోల్టేజ్ ఎప్పుడైతే ఇస్తామో, ఇది ఎలక్ట్రోస్టాటిక్ ఇన్స్ట్రుమెంట్ అనేది మోస్ట్లీ మనం హయ్యర్ మ్యాగ్నిట్యూడ్ వోల్టేజ్ని మెజర్ చేయడానికి యూజ్ చేసుకుంటామండి. సో వెన్నెవర్ ఎప్పుడైతే మనం వోల్టేజ్ అనేది ఇస్తామో, దీనికి పాజిటివ్ పొలారిటీ ఈస్ ఫీడెడ్ విత్ రెస్పెక్ట్ టు ద ఫిక్స్డ్ ప్లేట్ అండి, నెగిటివ్ పొలారిటీ ఈస్ ఫీడెడ్ విత్ రెస్పెక్ట్ టు ద మూవింగ్ ప్లేట్ అండి. ఏం జరుగుతుందండి, ఇన్ బిట్వీన్ ప్లేట్ ఏ అండ్ ప్లేట్ బి దేర్ యూజ్ టు బి a strong attraction force created. There is a strong attraction force is created and plate B will move towards plate A. ప్లేట్ బి ఏం జరుగుతుందంటే ప్లేట్ ఏ వైపు మూవ్ అవుతుంది. అప్పుడు ఏం జరుగుతుందండి, దీనికి కనెక్ట్ అయిన పాయింటర్ అనేది డిఫ్లెక్ట్ అవుతుంది. ఓకే, దిస్ ఈస్ హౌ ద డిఫ్లెక్షన్ టార్క్ ఈస్ క్రియేటెడ్ విత్ ద హెల్ప్ ఆఫ్ ఎన్ static electric field. So that can be clearly analyzed with respect to the torque expression. So let us discuss the torque expression. Before discussing the torque expression, let us see the second classification, that is rotating type electrostatic instrument. Rotating type electrostatic instrument is quite similar to the first type. First type lo em jarugutundandi, both are linear plates. Plate A is linear plate and plate B is also linear plate. So in the second case of second classification, so here we have a vein type structure. This is nothing but a vein in the sense a soft iron piece is constructed in the form of a plate, that is called vein. So first this green type of material is nothing but fixed vein, and this blue cord is nothing but moving vein. Okay, so and the moving vein is connected with respect to the spring. See, the spring is connected with respect to the moving vein. So ఏం జరుగుతుందంటే same operation with respect to the first classification. Okay, supply polarity is given to fixed plate and moving plate. Supply polarity is given to fixed plate and moving plate. Okay, so what happens after the supply polarity is given to fixed plate and moving plate? Fixed plate is applied with respect to positive polarity, moving plate is applied with respect to the negative polarity. Fixed plate will create a strong attraction force and it will move the moving plate towards the fixed plate, and the needle connected next to the moving plate will deflect from initial position to a particular position. That means here the deflection torque is proportional to the electrostatic field which is created in between the fixed plate and moving plate. ఆ ఎలక్ట్రోస్టాటిక్ ఫీల్డ్ అనేది ఎలా క్రియేట్ అయింది, ఫిక్స్డ్ ప్లేట్ కి పాజిటివ్ పొలారిటీతో ఛార్జ్ చేసామండి, మూవింగ్ ప్లేట్ కి నెగిటివ్ పొలారిటీతో ఛార్జ్ చేసాం. ఓకే, అప్పుడు ఏం జరిగిందంటే ఫిక్స్డ్ ప్లేట్ is charged with positive and moving plate is charged with negative. That fixed plate will create a strong attractive force. And it will move the moving plate towards the fixed plate. Fixed plate will attract the moving plate because fixed plate is charged with positive and moving plate is charged with negative. In between the fixed plate and moving plate there used to be a strong electrostatic field and moving plate will start attracts the moving plate is started attracted towards the fixed plate. Okay, and that condition the needle will start traveling from initial rest condition to a certain magnitude which it is going to measure. Okay, the operating principle is same for linear type and rotating type, but only the construction is different. In previous manner we have discussed the construction with an linear type plates. Here we are discussing that with an vane type plates. It is a sectored type plates. One is a fixed plate and second one is a moving plate. So this is about two classifications. I hope you are understanded with this. Just let me know your doubt in the chat. We will discuss that at end of the session. So next we will have to see about the torque equation. Next we have to see about the torque equation. So how the torque equation is derived from this type at this type of discussion. What is torque? Most of you are familiar. Torque is nothing but a twisted force or moving force. Okay, of twisted force or moving force. So it is a linear condition which is experienced here. Okay, so if we discuss the torque condition, okay, torque condition at this discussion, plate A is nothing but positively charged plate and plate B is nothing but negatively charged plate. When we are know that plate A is fixed and plate B is free. Okay, so let us assume there is a force due to equilibrium. Let us assume there is a force due to equilibrium. How the force is created due to equilibrium means, whereas fixed plate A is charged with the positively charged ions, fixed moving plate B, which is connected next to the spring, is charged with an negatively charged ions. Negatively charged ions. What will happen? ఏం జరుగుతుందండి? ఫిక్స్డ్ ప్లేట్ ఏ అనేది పాజిటివ్లీ చార్జ్డ్ అయాన్స్ తో ఉంటుందండి, ఫిక్స్డ్ ప్లేట్ బి అనేది నెగిటివ్లీ చార్జ్డ్ అయాన్స్ తో చార్జ్ అయి ఉంటుంది. అప్పుడు ఏం జరుగుతుందండి? ఫిక్స్డ్ ప్లేట్ ఏ ఈజ్ స్ట్రాంగ్లీ చార్జ్డ్ విత్ పాజిటివ్ చార్జ్డ్ అయాన్స్, మూవింగ్ ప్లేట్ ఈజ్ చార్జ్డ్ విత్ నెగిటివ్లీ చార్జ్డ్ అయాన్స్. ఫిక్స్డ్ ప్లేట్ ఏ విల్ అట్రాక్ట్ ద మూవింగ్ ప్లేట్ ఏ టువర్డ్స్ ద ఫిక్స్డ్ ప్లేట్, టువర్డ్స్ ద ఫిక్స్డ్ ప్లేట్. ఓకే, అట్ దట్ కండిషన్ ఏం జరుగుతుందండి? ఈ మూవింగ్ ప్లేట్ కి కనెక్ట్ అయి ఉన్న నీడిల్ అనేది it will starts deflecting from initial condition to a particular magnitude which we are going to read. That means here force due to equilibrium is created due to static electric field. Here we haven't discussed about the condition of magnetic field. We haven't discussed about the condition of magnetic field. We haven't discussed about the behavior of magnetic field. Okay, here the force of attraction is created with the help of an static electric field, because only because of the electric field here the force of attraction is created. Force of attraction or force of repulsion, whatever it may be the thing. So because of the strong electrostatic force, okay, because of the strong electrostatic force in between two parallel plates, there creates an equilibrium and that creates the torque condition. So if we discuss that, so the actual energy stored in between two parallel plates which acts like a capacitor, that is, this expression is nothing but energy stored in the capacitor. Most of you are very familiar with this expression because of with your electromagnetic field theory subject prerequisite. I quoted this again. Energy stored in between the capacitor or energy stored in between the parallel plates, that is half CV square. Okay, this is the initial energy. This is an initial energy. If there is a change in energy of applied voltage, change in energy of applied voltage, we will become changes to dV. Will become changes to dV, and there is to be a change in if there is a change in voltage, definitely there used to be change in electromagnetic there used to be change in electrostatic field condition. So let us say the plate is moved towards plate B is moved towards plate A at a distance x. Initial distance is x. Initially there is a distance between two plates, that is x. Later there used to be change in applied voltage. When there is a change in applied voltage, there used to be a change in distance. Because of the change in distance, the new work done, that is F into dx. New work done is nothing but force into displacement. This is nothing but new force or new torque. Force is nothing but your here twisting force, that is nothing but torque into work done, that is t suffix displacement, that is dx. Okay, so here with respect to change in applied voltage, there is to be change in current. So that is I is equal to C into VDT, I is equal to C into VDT plus V into DC divided by dt. change in applied voltage with respect to change in current, that is equal to change in capacitance with respect to change in voltage. Okay, so from this expression, if we simplify this expression, what is the expression, new expression here? V into I, that is actual amount of energy. Energy is nothing but a combination of, energy is nothing but power. Technically, power is nothing but a combination of voltage and current. That's why here the value of current is up, taken as an input with respect to energy, that is V into I dt. Applied voltage, there is a change in applied voltage with respect to change in current with change in time, that is equal to change in voltage with respect to capacitance and change in capacitance with respect to change in voltage. So this is about the first stage. Next we calculate the change in energy with respect to change in current. Okay, that means change in stored energy, that is equal to initial energy stored. What is the initial energy stored? Initial energy stored, that is half cv square. In this expression, if we substitute that value, half v square into dc plus cv dv, this is the initial expression, this is change in expression. So if we substitute both of them, as per with respect, if we substitute initial energy with respect to change in energy, if we equalize both of them, initial energy with respect to change in energy, why we have to equalize the initial energy with respect to change in energy? Means because of law of energy conversion. With respect to the law of energy conversion, energy can be neither be created but not destroyed, but it can be converted from one form to another form. Okay, so initial energy stored, what is initial energy? Initial energy is nothing but electricity, which is given to two parallel plates. That next what will happen, two parallel plates are charged and fixed plate attracts the moving plate, a mechanical work is done. Okay, so if we compare both of them, initial energy with respect to change in energy, that means I am equalizing this expression v square dc plus cv dv, v square dc plus cv dv plus initial stored energy, that is half v square dc plus cv dv plus force done, mechanical work done or force done. Okay, I am equalizing three things, that is initial energy, change in energy plus force. Okay, so if we calculate from this expression, what will happen if we make a calculation? If we take the left hand side expression to the right hand side, what will happen? This will get cancelled and this will get cancelled, cvdv will get cancelled. So what will be the final expression? Final expression will be f is equal to half v square dc divided by dx. This is the new force. Okay, new force developed in the electrostatic voltmeter. Okay, new force developed in the electrostatic voltmeter after the energy stored added with respect to the mechanical work done. Okay, that is half v square dc divided by dx. Dx. So from the above expression, so up to now what we calculated? We calculated the force here. We calculated the force here. If the force is replaced with respect to the deflection torque, that means if we replace the value of f, this is the calculated expression, that is half cv square, half v square dc by dx. If we replace f with respect to td and dx with respect to da, da is nothing but the force of deflection. Previously we represented that with respect to theta, angle of deflection. Here that is da, that is force of deflection, angular deflection they called it. That's why represented with capital A. Okay, if we replace f with td, okay, and dx with da, okay, this is nothing but our new deflection torque condition. This is nothing but new deflection torque condition. Okay, so this is the behavior of deflection torque. Next what we have to find out? We have to find out the angle of deflection, deflection quantity, that is capital A. How can we find out the deflection angle? At an equilibrium, in MI instruments we did the same, in the PMM instrument we did the same. That means at an equilibrium condition, that means whenever the instrument measured the maximum magnitude value, that means let us say the electrostatic voltmeter has to measure 600 volts. Okay, it traveled from 0 at the initial position and it will reaches the 600 volts. Okay, at 600 volts what will happen? That 600 volts maximum region is nothing but, that 600 volts is the voltage which has to be read by electrostatic voltmeter. After reaching the 600 volts, that instant is nothing but equilibrium instant, where the deflection torque is equal to controlling torque. Okay, so if we equalize, TD is equal to half V square CV DC divided by DA with respect to controlling torque. Controlling torque is nothing but spring constant multiplied with respect to deflection angle capital A. What will be the new deflection capital A is equal to half V square DC divided by K into dA. Okay, so this is nothing but about deflection, angle of deflection capital A, angle of deflection, or deflection parameter capital A. That means here we can express the deflection of the pointer directly proportional to the square of applied voltage. Okay, so what is the relation between theta and I in PMMC instruments? In PMMC instrument, deflection angle theta is proportional to current capital I. In MI instruments, deflection angle theta is proportional to square of current. In electrostatic instruments, deflection parameter capital A is proportional to the, directly proportional to the square of applied voltage. See, capital A is equal to half CV square. That means capital A is proportional to square of applied voltage on a particular electrostatic instrument. One more important parameter, one more important note is, in electrostatic instrument, the scale is non-uniform because of the change in electrostatic field condition. Because of the change in electrostatic field condition, the scale is non-uniform. Okay, in PMMC instruments, the scale is uniform because angle of deflection theta is directly proportional to current. Okay, in MI instruments, theta is directly proportional to I square. There also scale is non-uniform. In electrostatic voltmeters also, angle of deflection theta is proportional to I square. Sorry, capital A is proportional to I square because scale is non-uniform, because there is initial change in applied voltage with respect to change in applied voltage. There is a initial applied voltage, change in applied voltage. Because of initial applied voltage and change in applied voltage, always the scale will be non-uniform. Okay, so this is about torque expression. So if you have any doubts, just to post your doubt in the chat. If you want to explain again, I will explain again the torque expression. That anybody respond in the chat. Anybody is having any doubt with the force or torque expression? Is it clear? Someone posted, what is your doubt? Let me. How the deflection torque is created in electrostatic voltmeter? Right, I will explain. Right, see here, let us see how the deflection torque is created in our analysis. Fixed plate is charged with positively charged ions. Moving plate is charged with negatively charged ions. Fixed plate is fixed and moving plate is charged with negative field. Both are having opposite polarities. That creates a force of attraction, and fixed plate will move towards, moving plate will move towards the fixed plate. Okay, what we will do means, we will connect a spindle, and that spindle is connected to needle. Okay, spindle is nothing but an vertical conductor. Spindle is nothing but an vertical conductor. Spindle is nothing but a vertical conductor connected to the moving plate, and that moving plate spindle is connected with respect to needle. So whenever this moving plate is attracting towards the fixed plate, okay, the spindle connected needle will start deflecting from initial condition to a maximum magnitude which the voltmeter is about to read. Okay, that is how the deflection torque is created. That is what we analyzed in the torque expression. Is it clear? Okay, anyone is having any doubt? Okay, so if we see the advantages and disadvantages of electrostatic instruments, there are quite advantages and disadvantages of electrostatic instruments. So first advantage is, first most important thing is, electrostatic voltmeter is quite limited. It will read only the voltage parameters of higher magnitudes. It will read the voltage magnitudes of lower magnitudes, but it will read mostly of higher magnitudes. Okay, and the next most important advantage is, it will measure AC and as well as DC voltage. AC and as well as DC voltage, and the measured deflection torque is proportional to the square of applied voltage. With respect to the square of applied voltage, With respect to the square of applied voltage, the deflection torque is created. Second most important thing is the chance of power consumption. The chance of power consumption is very, very less in electrostatic instruments. That means even experiencing very less amount of current also, we can clearly choose an accurate reading. And second thing is this type of electrostatic instruments which we are saying, electrostatic voltmeters, these electrostatic voltmeters will measure higher magnitudes. Whatever it may be the magnitudes, it will measure higher magnitudes. Okay. And the additional disadvantages what we have got means here there are very few disadvantages. The few disadvantages is it is not economical. Electrostatic voltmeter construction is quite costly. It is not economical. And second thing is it will be of a larger size, not with the traditional PMMs, not with respect to traditional PMMs instruments, or not with respect to the traditional MI meters. The size is also very, very large. First thing, it is not quite economical, and second thing is the size is also very, very large. And second most important thing is because the deflection torque is not is directly proportional to the square of applied voltage. Okay, because capital A is proportional to current square. Capital A is proportional to current square, I square. Because of that, the scale is not uniform here. The scale is not uniform here, and here the scale is not uniform. That is also one of the disadvantage. And next most important thing is here the operating forces. Okay, the operating forces will just deviate with respect to small changes in magnitude. Okay, initial magnitude of applied voltage is capital V, sudden change in magnitude is dV. This is a small change in magnitude. With respect to this small change in magnitudes of operating forces, there used to be severe deviations in the working torque. Okay, so these are the advantages and disadvantages of electrostatic voltmeters. Okay, right. So in today's class we have discussed about the definition. Okay, we have discussed about the definition of electrostatic voltmeter. That is, electrostatic voltmeter, in electrostatic voltmeter we don't involve the principle of magnetic flux, we don't involve the principle of magnetic induction. Here the force of attraction or force of repulsion between the parallel plates, which is nothing but electrodes, is done with the help of electric charge. That means here the deflection torque is created with the help of static electric field. That is what we defined. And next we discussed about the principle of operation. Okay, that means in between the parallel plates and in between the electrodes, whenever we charge the electrodes, there is a force of attraction. When there is a force of attraction, because with this force of attraction there creates the charge. Okay, so there are two types of instruments. One is a linear type, and second one is a linear type electrostatic instrument, and second one is repulsion type electrostatic instrument. In linear type electrostatic instruments, we have an electrode which is act like an electrode which is act like a parallel plate, and plate B is nothing but an electrode. Okay, there is a force of attraction whenever these two electrodes are charged. Okay, there used to be a force of attraction between plate B will attract towards plate A. Okay, plate B will attract towards the plate A. And the spindle is connected next to the plate A, and it will deflect from plate B will attract towards the plate A, and a spindle is connected next to the plate B, and needle is connected next to the spindle. Whenever the moving plate is towards the fixed plate, the needle will rotate. That's what we discussed with linear linear type electrostatic instrument. And second classification is rotating type electrostatic instrument. At this classification, the electrodes are constructed in the form of vanes. Okay, this is one vane, fixed vane, and this is a moving vane. So this is green vane is positively charged, blue vane is negatively charged, and blue vane will attract towards the fixed vane, and spindle will rotate, and needle will deflect from initial position to a maximum magnitude. Next we discussed about the torque expression. Okay, now we discussed about torque expression, and we concluded finally that the deflection of the pointer is directly proportional to the square of applied voltage. And next we discussed about advantages and disadvantages.